For the past 30 years, Lori Meyer has occupied the third base coaching box at Minnesota State. That's a span of 1,560 games, 967 victories, 19 All-Americans, 77 All-Conference NCC and NSIC performers, and 104 academic All-Conference recipients.
Well, every good coach, I think, puts their own imprint on their team, and Lori for sure has put her imprint on the program at Minnesota State. Year in and year out, she's had good kids and good programs, and you know that when you're going to face Minnesota State, it's going to be a battle.
You know, I think you can tell she's really charismatic as a coach. When you're watching her, you can tell she just interacts with players in a really fantastic way. Even during games, she's teaching them, she's learning, you know, along with the players, so she's really creating a quality program. But on the sideline, you can tell that she's really invested in them as a person too, so she really tries to produce those quality students, not just quality athletes. So she's really well-rounded as a person, and I think that's just a really attractive thing about a coach.
Well, being as Lori was a 3-time letter winner as an undergraduate, I figured that she had learned the pros and cons of her program and would bring the best with her. Then she came to Mankato State, and she was a graduate assistant for 2 years in softball and volleyball. So I was able to watch her work ethic and how she completed her tasks. And I found that she was respected by her players and the athletic staff, and I thought that she had good qualities there.
She knows the game, and sometimes when you know the game, you want the players to know that as soon as possible, but it's a slow process and it takes them a while. So I think she really developed patience and knowing that, hey, it's gonna take time, and but she always used her seniors, her juniors and seniors to help coach the freshmen and sophomores. So the player involvement and her using the players to help coach, I think really benefited her.
During that time, Minnesota State has won 3 North Central Conference titles and 2 Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference titles, made 11 trips to the NCAA Division II National Tournament, and a pair of trips to the NCAA Championships. Those are not just numbers of a mere coach. Those are marks that some would say coaching legends are made of.
She was also demanding of her players and of the program, and she had behavior rules, and her players bought into that, and she ran a tight ship. She was also feisty, and she fought for her program and fought for her student athletes.
I found Lori to be a very well-prepared coach. Again, with very good kids, she always had a great program, and I think she saw the bigger picture in softball.
She's not only coaching softball, but she's coaching relationships, and she was so good at that the girls really wanted to play for her.
She always instilled in us to play for the team on the front of your jersey rather than the number or the name on your back, and so that's one of those teamwork aspects that I've taken with me throughout my entire life.
One great thing about Lori is, like I said, she gets to know you as a person. She gets to know what makes you tick, not just on the field, but off the field as well. So she really pushes you to succeed in all aspects. She really tries to get the best out of you. So I think that's really a great part of her, and she just gets to know you as a person. So it's not just a coach-player relationship, it's a colleague as well. So she's someone you can look up to while you're there and really kind of model yourself around and try to be like.
As a team, we used to watch Remember the Titans on the bus quite often, and so there's a couple moments in that movie, as well as in Miracle, where the coach gives an inspirational speech, and I remember Coach Meyer, it was completely silent on the bus, and she stood up and started walking up and down the aisles and saying, "If I play on one leg, I can play on one leg," and just kind of took us all a little bit for a surprise, but definitely one of my fonder memories of her.
The 2011 campaign was arguably one of Meyer's greatest at Minnesota State, as the Mavericks finished 54-16 and tied for 5th at the national championships.
Coach Meyer has always challenged us and pushed us to improve each day and each year and get better and adapt, and so without that encouragement and advice, we wouldn't be where we were.
You know, the biggest thing I remember is not necessarily, teaching the X's and O's of softball, but just having those conversations with her when I was at Mankato and just sitting in her office and talking for, at least an hour at a time. I'm just getting to know her, and she got to know me at the same time. And like I said, she found out what makes you tick and what motivates you, and she really gets to know you as a person and pushes you. And I like to do the same with my athletes.
She definitely played a huge role in my academic success. Since one of my first years here, we sat down and kind of tried to plan out a roadmap, because it's pretty hard to be a nursing major and be in athletics at the same time. Without her encouragement and help there, I probably wouldn't have made it through the program.
Meyer ranks 32nd in all divisions in career victories and is 12th in NCAA Division II in career wins. 7-time League Coach of the Year and 3-time Midwest Regional Coach of the Year.
Coach Meyer always challenged us and pushed us to get better with each day and live each moment or each pitch by pitch or day by day. And so I really take that with me into the real world, into my career, and just go day by day and not try to get too far ahead of myself.
Lori was just fun to be around. I mean, just because I think we both had the same passion for teaching our players as much as they can. It doesn't surprise me she's successful because of the knowledge of the game, but being able to teach that knowledge and her players understanding what she was trying to get to them.
Well, I've hired a lot of young coaches, and they have all the qualifications. You wonder what's going to happen, and Lori turned out to be the best. She had lots of heart, lots of desire, and a good work ethic, and she had success.
I think Lori has given herself and all of her energies to making softball a great game, and to giving that same energy to her school and to the NFCA and her teams. And I think she deserves a lot of credit, and I am so happy and thrilled to see her going into the NFCA Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Lori.